GCSS Perseverance had been in continuous combat operations for 68 hours when Commander Skaava of the Trileth Collective made the announcement. All non-essential personnel, mandatory rest period. For hours minimum. This includes, he cast his many-eyed gaze across the bridge, our human advisors. Lieutenant Commander Tomas Cruz looked up from his station. I'm good, sir. You have been awake for 68 hours. Lieutenant Commander. 69, actually. I grabbed a coffee at the 0-100 mark. Cruz turned back to his console. I'm tracking 3 possible enemy flanking routes and we're 12 minutes from the next engagement window. I'll sleep when we're through. Skaava approached him. His species typically required sleep every 18 hours or suffered significant cognitive impairment. At 69 hours without sleep, a Trileth officer would be non-functional. The human was still running tactical analysis. Human physiology doesn't support, he began. Sir, my people once had a job called night watchman. Cruz pulled up a tactical overlay. Before electricity, before technology, we'd have one person stay awake all night, alone in the dark, to watch for predators while everyone else slept. His finger traced a pattern across the holographic map. That's not ancient history. That's 300 years ago. Some part of my biology still thinks that's its job. Skaava paused, studying him. There was no tremor in Cruz's hands. No hesitation in his voice. No visible degradation in his attention. His focus remained locked on the tactical grid, where probabilities and vectors updated in real time. The bridge itself vibrated faintly as the Perseverance maneuvered through contested space. Systems alerts chimed intermittently. Crew members moved with urgency but not panic. This was the kind of sustained operation that pushed most species beyond their limits. For Trileth personnel, the effects of prolonged wakefulness were predictable. Slowed reaction times, impaired judgment, eventual collapse of coherent decision-making. For the human, Skaava reviewed Cruz's outputs. Consistent, adaptive, forward-leaning. No degradation detectable in his tactical projections. The flanking route on the east approach, Cruz said quietly. They'll try it in about 9 minutes. Skaava turned his attention to the display. The projected enemy vectors had 3 viable approaches. The eastern route was the least obvious, suboptimal in terms of efficiency, but tactically plausible under pressure. He checked the model again. Cruz had already adjusted defensive assets in anticipation. Not reactively, preemptively. Skaava's gaze returned to the human. How certain are you? Cruz didn't look up. Not certain, just consistent. He tapped once on the console, refining a firing solution. They've shown a pattern in their last 2 engagements. Same formation spacing, same hesitation at vector divergence points. If they follow that pattern under stress, the eastern approach becomes their highest confidence option. Skaava absorbed this. Trileth tactical doctrine emphasized pattern recognition as well, but required rest cycles to maintain accuracy over time. Extended operations typically degraded their ability to correlate long sequences of enemy behavior. The human was doing exactly that, correlating extended behavioral sequences without interruption. 9 minutes passed. At the predicted moment, enemy forces shifted. The eastern approach opened. Skaava's bridge crew reacted instantly, but Cruz was already ahead of them. Counter-battery systems engaged in a synchronized response, intercepting the advancing units before they could fully exploit their vector. The engagement resolved within seconds. Damage to the Perseverance was minimal. Enemy withdrawal followed shortly after. Silence settled over the bridge, broken only by the steady hum of operational systems and the subdued exchanges of crew confirming status reports. Skaava remained near Cruz's station. He studied the aftermath, the timing, the alignment between prediction and execution. Then he spoke. You anticipated a behavior pattern over a 68-hour continuous engagement window without rest. Cruz finally leaned back slightly, exhaling. Not anticipated. Tracked. You maintained predictive accuracy without cognitive degradation. Cruz shrugged faintly. Doesn't feel like it. Skaava considered this. For Trileth, rest was not optional. It was biologically required to maintain function. Without it, their capacity to process complex tactical data degraded rapidly. Yet here was a human, operating beyond what Skaava's own physiology would allow, maintaining coherence under identical or greater operational stress. Not because the human lacked limits, but because his limits operated differently. Skaava's many eyes focused on Cruz with a new clarity. You will rest now, he said. Cruz gave a small nod. After turnover. Skaava did not argue. He understood now that within the framework of human operations, endurance was not merely physical, it was structural. It was embedded in their approach to responsibility, continuity, and mission completion. As Cruz handed off command data to the relieving officer, Skaava reviewed the engagement logs one more time. The eastern flank prediction remained accurate. The response had been timely. and the outcome, efficient. That evening, Skaava updated his internal report to the collective. His conclusion was brief, but significant. Human operational doctrine allows for extended duration cognitive engagement without rest cycles, maintaining tactical integrity under conditions that degrade Trileth performance. Recommendation: integrate human advisory protocols into prolonged engagement planning. He paused before adding a final note. Do not underestimate extended vigilance. Skaava never again dismissed a human's claim of "I'm good" without evaluating the context first. Because now he understood something fundamental. For some species, rest is a requirement. For others, it is a choice made after the objective is secured. And in the middle of a long war, that difference could decide who was still awake when it mattered most. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.